Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am so excited to be here today.
Hmm.
Um, it's it seems like forever, but it's just been a week.
Yeah.
But what a week.
What a week.
What a
Yeah.
week. You know, we've had 4th of July. We've
Oh,
had my birthday. And
that's
so
right.
both of those, it's just like, oh, I kind of feel like I took some time off. So
You did. And sometimes we need to do that. So, yes. But now it's time to get back on the horse.
yes, yes. And we have a full day, a full day, full day.
Full day today,
I
both of
looked at
us.
my schedule last night. I thought, oh, I'm back. And that's a good thing. That's a good,
Yeah. Yeah.
I, we get to do so much today and
Yeah.
some pre-interviews for the people that we bring on our other shows to help you spiral up
Yeah.
and to help you do and feel better in life. And we have some exciting shows coming up because we pre-record those just because of scheduling issues.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
we're excited. We're excited
Right.
to be here with you today. All rested and refreshed.
Rested
Although
and
somebody
refreshed.
was supposed to be here during that time and
I
they
know.
didn't come.
Yeah. But and
And
you
you
know the
can see
thing.
how long and shaggy my hair is getting because she always cuts my hair when she comes.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, we were, and it was going to be about that time. So yes, yeah. Things happen, which is,
Well, and sometimes
life.
it's not things. Sometimes it's just God saying,
Just
that's
God
not what
saying
I have
no.
for you today.
Yes. And one of the other reasons, um, Saturday, I didn't have to, I got to do. Was just the subject of our show today. Saturday, a friend of mine, her mom passed away, and who I knew, and just we're gonna miss her immensely. So I had made a dessert to take over for they wanted just finger food and stuff. Well, on my way back, I'm like, what's wrong with my brakes?
That's
I
pretty
lit
serious.
And that's pretty serious. And if I had been in Texas, you know, it would and out on one of Carol's. I love where Carol lives, and I love the fact that she lives over a lake. But I would not have wanted to lose my brakes on one of her
Oh,
huge highways.
well, and sometimes some places on that highway, it is actually lots of wrecks happen on that highway.
Yeah,
It's open stretches, but then it gets into what we call the breaks, which is
yeah,
where the canyons start that, the,
yeah,
the river and all of that. It's the river breaks. And you are going down and up and around and our
yeah.
curves are big curves as opposed to some places out east where it's real sharp turns.
Right,
But we're also going 75 on those turns. So
right,
you
exactly.
do use your brakes some.
So I got home on Saturday morning and called my mechanic guy and just said, "Hey, you know what? I'm glad I'm home. I was very grateful that I got home. Didn't it wasn't, and I live in a small area. So didn't have to go on any major highways on my way home, and went, okay, yeah, I guess I'm done. So I'm just now waiting for him. So sometime, hopefully today, he's going to be able to come and get my car and take it in and find out. So I called another friend of mine, and her husband kind of works on cars. And I said, "Oh, does Bob do brakes?" He said, "Yeah, no, because it's just too hard." He said, "However, you've probably got air in the brake line." And I said, "Well, how does the air get into a brake line?" He said, "You might have a little leak." And I went, just somehow or what, who knows? All I know is that I parked my car and lot, yeah, it was like, yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere. So I was just grateful that I was at home.
Yeah.
You just, I truly believe that all the things that, and yesterday I was going to go for a late lunch with my son. I called him and I said, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere with the breaks. And luckily, and can do church online.
Yes.
So Saturday, I parked my car on Saturday when I got home, and then that was it. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. So I spent the day doing fun things. I was in a 3-day seminar this past week that was absolutely amazing, talking about our brand, about branding. And so it was just really fun to do that. And just all the things that go into what does your brand mean? What are the traits? What are the skills? What's the heart of your brand? And that's one of the things that has just been absolutely amazing for me, to really get in touch with why do you and I do what we do? Well, because our thing is that we want people to be motivated to just improve their life in so many different ways, to spiral up. And so that's one of the things that this weekend, it was like, tell people of why you do stuff. Why do you do what you do? And that's one of our things is like for me to help people to go from, when we're trying to push something, if you're pushing it, oh, it leads to stress and overwhelm and, oh, do I have to do this? But if you can switch that to pull, oh, I get to do this. I get to have fun, make something fun. And one of the things that really struck me is, how often have we heard, do the things that you really don't like to do first thing in the morning? Get it over with. How often do we hear that? And yet I am realizing that that scenario of really doing just because I have to do it is not the way to start your day. We want to start your day in the fun part. Start your day with fun. So if there is something that you absolutely have to do, absolutely get it done. However, get curious about how you can use any part of it to make it fun, so that you're doing it from a positive energy. You're doing it from, oh, I get to do this. I get to balance my checkbook. I get to do whatever it is.
Well, and even I get to see how my checkbook balances.
I get to,
You know,
right, rather than,
yeah,
oh,
leading up to the 4th, there's a lot to do on a homestead. Okay.
yes, exactly.
We do 3 podcasts a week. We interview people for the podcast. I have my business. Barbara has her business.
My
So
business.
there's a lot on our plates. So some things kind of get set aside. We have a big party barn, and it's 2-story. And when we bring things home in the car, a lot of times my husband will unload there. The driveway goes between the barn and the house, and he'll unload things, and he'll just load them up on the couches or sit them on the counters, whatever, and not really. Or if I clean things out and I say, this needs to go to the barn, well, it goes out there until we can put it where it needs to be. I needed to get out there and do it.
Reorganize a little bit, yes.
Yes. And I'm good at the decluttering, but I do it by mood, and I do it when it, for
When you
lack of a
fit it
better
into
term,
your
when it needs
schedule,
to be done. Yeah, when I can fit it into my
into
schedule.
your schedule,
But there are times that it needs to be fit into my schedule, like
right, then it becomes a priority.
yes. And so, the thing is it was, I wanted to get it done. I had wanted to get it done for weeks. And so, that was something that needed to be
How,
done, which is a word we try to shy away from, but it's still a need is a
right,
need. And
yes.
I got out and got it done, and it amazed me. I actually canceled 2 trips to town, 2 days in town, that and stayed here and worked to make sure I had it done. And my husband's going, I'm so glad you stayed. I got so much done in like 3 to
Exactly.
4 days. And I would just be beat up and I'd sit down and I'd get my second wind and go back to work
Exactly.
another
Because God,
2 or 3 hours. I
yeah,
mean,
because God gives us grace to
yeah,
get the stuff done that we really do need to do
yeah,
if we change our attitude.
yeah. If you grouch and grump
And yeah,
and just have a horrible, horrible attitude about it,
yeah,
yeah, it's going to take forever. It's going
yeah,
to be no fun, but I mean, I have my kids and their friends coming up and the
right.
kids' friends.
The
So,
yeah, and
the end goal was well worth the hard work. Not
right,
to mention, I can walk I'm in my basement. This is a big playroom in our basement. And I can walk in and it's all picked up and spotless. And I'm like, yes.
yes,
Before we'd had a horrible moth infestation. I hadn't had time to get down here and vacuum because this is not a place we live. There was clutter here and there. And so here I am trying to focus in doing this. And even a friend of ours said, Carol, you've seemed a little off the last couple of days. And it was
yeah,
just the building stress, and our hot water heater went out, and
right,
it's tankless, and so we had to have plumbers out to diagnose it, which is a whole nother story. But we have hot water in the party barn, but we didn't in the house, so we were trekking out to the party barn to take our baths at night, which is fabulous because it's one of those big old cowboy tubs with the feet. And you see
hmm,
pictures of them sitting with their feet up at the
yeah,
top of the tub, leaning back. That is how I bathed for about a week. It was
yeah.
heavenly,
Eh,
maybe more than a week.
doesn't sound good at all. I'm a shower girl. All right, so
Oh,
like too much information, people. That
no,
you're ready
but I
to,
mean, just the
but
the
you know,
the
it's true.
relaxation of
Yeah,
it at the end of
yeah,
those days, you crawl in it and your body is beat up because it's
right.
worked like it hasn't been working, and to
Yeah,
just sit back there and go, oh, it was
yeah,
great.
yeah. But
But
that's
one hot water place, one bathtub for all the guests would not have worked.
would not have worked. Right. So, but I have to admit, Carol, during these couple of weeks that she was doing all of this stuff, it was like, you know what? I didn't hear her complain about it. And that's part of why we talk about what we do,
Yeah.
because it is a choice. I mean,
And
she could have
choose
bellyached
you
for
this
weeks.
day. Choose you this day.
Choose today.
Are you going to
Uh,
serve good or are you going to serve evil?
yeah. And in
It's a
fact, we were
choice.
just before showtime, we were talking about a job that I had years and years and years ago with a boss that was just,
Mm.
and I was sharing with Carol just the things that I learned from him because he was so awful.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was so awful. Um, but this couple of the things that I learned from him was that to be able to respond in a quiet, okay way rather than getting so upset within myself,
Mm-hmm.
and how to respond rather than react.
Yes. Yes.
That is
The
so
difference of here is my resignation or
yeah,
slamming the keys on the desk, say I'll never be back. I mean,
yeah,
there's
that's the
different ways.
two sides of all of it.
Mm.
And so that's one of the things, is that we have a choice every day.
Yeah.
We can either push our way through our day, and then by the time we get to the afternoon, we can't realize why we're so short with our kids, angry at our spouses, whatever else
Mm.
is happening, because we have spent our day trying to push everything through our lives.
And you're
Quit doing
tireder.
that.
You're tireder
And
doing that.
you're tired. It's negative energy. Look for
Mhm.
the positive energy in whatever you are doing.
Yeah.
So Carol was like, my kids are coming. I get to clean this. My kids are coming. I get to clean this. I'm
And
organizing.
and the end result is
It's
fabulous. And I'm
it's
so glad,
fabulous.
because it was things that were starting to wear down on me because I
Exactly.
neglected them, not due to laziness, but
Right. Just
and then on top of that,
not focusing and having a motivation.
Well,
And
well,
that's what I
and
think
running
what
out
so
of
much it
time,
was.
you know,
And
just
running out of time.
yeah. And then what starts on Saturday, this last Saturday,
Mm.
is a decluttering class. And I thought, I'm going to take this. Maybe I need to learn about
Right,
decluttering.
right.
And it's called Organize Like a Boss, OLAB.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And the cool thing is I am pretty good at organizing,
right.
pretty good at keeping things organized until I run out of time. And then I just toss. My husband's the opposite. He
Yes.
uses something, turns loose of it, and there it is.
Oh, I know. That's like in my house. It's they really don't know how to turn off lights or pick up or hang up towels, and you just kind of like but now I have just really realized that, oh well,
I've
I
got
that's
one
all I do
quick
it
story.
because you know what? I'm there too. And if it's bothering me, then oh well, just so now I have changed my attitude towards it. Now it's like, gee, I wonder how many towels I'm going to find on the floor.
Well, guess
Now it's
what?
become a
I
game.
can beat that one. It's not the floor. We had 3 teenage boys here. Okay.
Mm.
Um, at first, and then we had a couple of early 20s, a girl and a boy come. Okay. Well, and we had a girl that was 22. So, and then
The whole gamut of ranges. Yeah.
yeah, all
Right.
ranges. But down here in the basement, we had a shower and tub and everything. And I'm down here, and all the towels were in the hamper, which is good. I assumed they were. Keith brought those up. But I came down and I had washed and folded everything. I'm putting them up and I'm putting them in the cabinet. And I thought, oh, and there's this one towel, it's a lake house. Down here is where the all the odd towels come. We used to have it matched, don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. You get to the point where it's like, so what?
there comes the time,
It's a towel. I don't care if it has a hole in it.
well, no, I mean, just that the colors don't match. They
Yeah.
used to
Or
all
yeah.
match
Right.
the
Exactly.
bathroom, and now it's hodgepodge. But anyway, and I'm putting them all in, and there's one that's kind of an off-white, yellowish, not dirty yellow, but that was the color. I mean, it's like maybe it was a mustard yellow and somebody bleached it at some point
Mm.
in its life. Don't know where it came from, how it got here, but it's here. And I thought, gosh, somebody got that out and just didn't like the color and put it back because it's just stuffed up in the cabinet with all the folded towels. And I pulled it out and it was damp.
Ah!
Someone had used it and crammed it, not folded it, crammed it back in the cabinet. So I
Yeah.
talked to my son and say, will you talk to the boys and tell them that?
You're right.
And it
Exactly.
was actually
It's just
just
funny.
getting ready to be sour, and it
Yeah.
wasn't soppy wet. It was just like you
Enough
washed your
to
hand.
mold.
Enough to smell and mess up the whole cabinet. I'm just like, oh my stars, not even on the floor.
Yes. I know. That's like right now, our dryer is not working. Whoop.
Oh,
Our dryer is not working because it's not drying.
yeah.
And so right now we've got, like I went out because we're waiting on a part, I guess, or something for it. So of course, well, we use a lot of towels. So right now my deck outside is got towels. And it's like, so we go out, we hang them up. And so now there's some out there right now, and I'm going to go now and fold them. That's
Yeah, I mean,
you do
what
what
did
you have
people
to
do
do.
for years before they had dryers?
We
Well,
had a clothesline.
yeah. And that's what deck rails are nowadays.
Yep, that's what deck rails are. So it was just, yeah, just the funniest thing. And I really have to admit that when I was growing up, there is nothing nicer than clothes that are dried outside.
I still do things on the line. I
Yeah,
still,
just
my
certain
preference.
things,
And
just the sheets.
all my clothes go on the line. I do not put my clothes in the dryer.
Yeah, and just yeah, there's a few things that I hand wash, and just that they don't go in the washer or the dryer. And so yeah, but anyway, so everybody have an awesome day. Have an awesome day. So what are you going to do today that you get to do
Yes.
rather than have to do?
And
Change your
ask the
attitude.
Lord to help. Say,
Yes.
"Send me help." It says that angels are ministering spirits for our good.
Yes,
have them minister to you. I did during those hard work days. I was
that's
going,
right.
Lord, I need my angels to help. And I
Right.
truly think they did, because
And they did. And they
I
did.
got an astronomical amount of stuff done in a
Yeah.
short time.
Yeah.
So,
And that's with me with my 3-day class this past
yeah.
week. It was like, okay, Lord, give me to stay, number one, stay awake, to
Yes.
just really absorb and to have that helping spirit, because we were all working towards working on our own personal brands, but we were all helping each other.
Yes.
So to just, to give us that wonderful spirit. So anyways, have an awesome day. We'll see you
Yes.
next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.